Today we're going to continue our talk about Scandinavia. Today we will talk about the three countries of Finland, Iceland, and Denmark. Let's begin. Finland also has many natural resources and heavy industry. Finland also has many natural resources and heavy industry. Now, what exactly is heavy industry? Well, as you know from your homework, you know that heavy industry is the manufacture of steel, machinery, boats. Now, you're probably not recognizing any Finnish names, thinking, no, I don't know of any Finnish companies, But what happens is your parents, or maybe even you, might have something that is Finnish. And we'll pull up the web page and figure out just what exactly it is. Nokia! So therefore, if you own a Nokia phone, that is actually a Finnish company. So again, obviously it's a Windows phone. Maybe a lot of people don't have Windows phones, but Nokia is a Finnish company. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at Denmark. Denmark is on the Jutland Peninsula and has many islands. It is known for rich farmlands. Denmark is on the Jutland Peninsula and has many islands. It is known for rich farmland. Denmark is on the Jutland Peninsula and has many islands. It is known for rich farmland. When we talk about heavy industry, we talk about Finland, we think about this. We see here that this is primarily a large port because they are exporting a lot of finished goods. They're not loading coffee nor bananas or emeralds onto these boats. These are manufactured goods that they are loading. Now, when we get to Denmark, this right here is an average picture of Denmark. Denmark is very flat. It too is part of the Northern European plain. It has very good farmlands. In fact, some of the best Danish exports are known for butter and cheese. Next time you go to Kroger or you go to the Teeter, go to the good cheese section, the one over by the deli counter. Guaranteed, if you look, you will find some Danish cheese. Danish butter is also quite good. But there's probably one more thing about Denmark that you might be more familiar with and are able to understand a little bit more. And wait another moment. And ta-da! Legos. Legos are originally from Denmark. So you ever play with Denmark, you ever play with Legos, you are playing with Danish toys. Now, I'm not saying Denmark makes all its money on Legos and butter and cheese. No, that's not right. But they are very characteristic of Denmark, where they rely a lot on agriculture as well as industry. After all, you cannot grow Legos, they must be made. So that leaves us to our last one, and that would be the nation of Iceland. Iceland is an island. It sits on a volcanic fault line, and fishing is very important. Iceland is an island. It sits on a volcanic fault line. Fishing is very important. Iceland is an island. It sits on a volcanic fault line. Fishing is very important. Unlike the other Scandinavian countries we have studied, the other Nordic countries, Iceland is the only one that's an island. It sits on a volcanic fault line, and I know in science you've learned about volcanic fault lines. Yes, they have earthquakes, but even more is that they have volcanoes, and a lot of them. In fact, back in the day, they actually had a volcano underwater erupt, and it erupted so much and spewed out so much lava that they actually had a new island form called Surtsey. Surtsey is located off the coast of Iceland. So you can see that this was once, right there it is being formed, once an underground volcano that spewed hot lava and became land. This actually happened in the 1960s. So we can scroll through and we can see pictures of Surtsey. So Iceland still grows. In fact, what happens is you can take a look right here at the country of Iceland, and right here is a little island right off the coast of Iceland. Now let's talk about the name of Iceland. Well, there's Iceland and Greenland. Well, the rumor has it is that the Vikings, when they landed on Iceland, named it Iceland to scare away anybody who might want to invade it. And when they discovered Greenland, they named it Greenland because it was not a very hospitable place to live, that they wanted to let their enemies go there. To Greenland. That's really not the case. Actually, what happened is with Iceland, when the Vikings came there, the lagoons and the harbors were frozen over. And so that gave to the word Iceland. Now, the harbors and lagoons unfreeze during the summer months. And when they made it to Greenland, they were just happy to see green lands. So, although history is fun, there's also a lot of inaccuracies in history. Fishing is very important. What you see right here is a fishing vessel, and this right here is a big fishing net. What they do is they allow the net to go out and they pull it around their boat. Then what they do is they basically zip it closed and they lift all the fish out of the sea. They pull the fish onto the boat and they start sorting the fish. Scandinavia does rely upon a lot of fishing, but it's very important to countries such as Iceland and Norway, where they don't have that much fertile land. So now here's what I want you to do. I want you in on a separate piece of paper to construct a graph that is 7 spaces down in a column and 3 wide. Now, what you're going to do is you are now going to do an activity for me. We're going to basically start to review and understand how these countries are similar but different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge this because you want to leave enough space. I would say probably about 3 lines in between each block. Now, what I'm going to do is show you exactly what you need to do. We need to choose all the countries we talked about. For example, we studied Germany. What landform is it on? Well, it's on the Northern European plain, and it's in the Alps. Economic activity. Well, they have industry. What you're going to do is you're going to list the other countries of Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, and Iceland. Tell me what landforms they are on. What is their economic activity? How do they make money? Okay, you have your assignment. Get started.